If I don't vote for Biden, who the hell am I supposed to vote for? Vote for who you like in the primaries. If two have to, vote for the lesser evil in the general election. There is nothing wrong with this. It is unreasonable to expect that a country of 300 million will all decide on two candidates that particularly appeal to you in particular. Stop concentration on which individual is the most old or not. Vote for the candidate most likely to enact policies you agree with. To appoint heads of departments that will enact policies you agree with. And who will appoint justices that you agree with. Elections aren't popularity contests between individual figureheads. They are platform advancement opportunities. I find it funny about the argument of Biden being too old. Although Trump is not too far behind him in age. 3-year age difference. How about we get someone younger than the age of 65? Welcome to the two-party duopoly, and why it should never have existed. Biden has been pretty good actually. Surpassed my expectations, and he's 1000% better than the alternative. Anything to keep Trump and his cronies out of office. We get to vote from a wide-open field of two old men every 4 years. Does that really sound like freedom? I'll hold my nose and vote for Biden. He's not what I'd prefer, and I doubt his ability to get his agenda through. But he's infinitely preferable to the fascist alternative. Why are you not arguing against these charges, especially unfit mentally? He may be old, but so what? This false equivalency. It is so important to vote Democrat for House, Senate and POTUS for all the nonsense and downright dangerous things that will happen if GOP wins. I will happily vote for Biden. The old bastard is doing a good job. 3.5% unemployment, highest workforce participation in a generation, nearly 1 million new manufacturing jobs, critical infrastructure projects breaking ground, including where I live, that will greatly improve our community. Massive investments in renewable energy projects, lowest inflation rate in the G7, insulin capped for seniors. Would I prefer a younger candidate? Sure. Does it really matter all that much? No. I will gladly vote for Biden over any of the Republicans running. DeSantis is a Harvard-educated version of Trump and will do far more damage. He may be old, but he's not mentally unfit. If you don't vote for Biden, at least vote down ballot for Democrats. Get these evil assholes out of government. If it is indeed Biden v. Trump and you generally support the Democratic platform, or strongly oppose Republican, swallow the distaste and vote Biden. And remember to vote in primaries whenever possible. Once halfway reasonable Republicans run again, then you can look third party. Biden suffers from a stutter. He's done a very good job of hiding it, but sometimes it comes out. This where people come out and say he's senile. This isn't true. Don't get me wrong. Both candidates are old and the best candidate would be someone young. However, given the circumstances, he is the best candidate. You're not just voting for Biden. You're voting for everything that comes with a Democratic president. Think cabinet positions and judges. This should really be a no-brainer to normal people. There's nothing wrong with voting blue no matter who, because Republicans are all disgusting and anti-American. Right now I'm voting blue regardless. Red option is terrifying. Sure, Biden is old, no question. But when you look at his record, has it negatively affected how he has governed? He's engineered a big foreign policy win in standing up to Russia's aggression in Ukraine. And on the economic front, he's quietly been pulling off the soft landing that everyone thought was impossible. It wasn't too long ago that there was doom and gloom about where the economy was headed. Now you're hearing about things trending in a good direction. Yes, inflation was bad for a bit, but that was the bill for COVID relief. So it was probably the better option to the massive job losses we would have sustained without it. Plus, it's largely been fixed. If this were an election where there wasn't an incumbent, then of course his age would be very important. But it's not, and I'd encourage you to judge him on his record, which is actually really good in a lot of areas. To make the claim that someone is mentally unfit and too old to be president, especially when that someone has had more successes than any of his predecessors in decades, calls into question your own fitness for voting. Although you seem engaged in something, it is not government, and opinion without fact is not being informed. Both are required for democracy. 101. Right or wrong, I will never vote GOP. IDGAF. Who the Dem running is. I mean, obviously the correct course of action would be for you to vote for the person you think would make the best president. Yes, admittedly that person is not going to win, but at least you will be making your voice heard. And perhaps that small act will encourage someone else to do the same the next time this comes around. If we motivate enough people to do this, maybe we can finally break the two-party deadlock and actually progress as a society. You're obviously listening to bad information. If you think Biden is senile, you should listen to one of his addresses. Not a cherry-picked Fox version. A real one. He's a very bright and a very good president. You're listening to liars. Video editing is a thing for the right-wing hate factories. They peddle lies. Do what I do and find some way besides American politics to fight for good. Go on track record, which means vote for Biden. Someone who actually passes legislation that has been largely beneficial for American people. Don't tell me Trump has the same record. He accomplished nothing except cutting corporate tax and inheritance tax, and threw some temporary bones to the American public, temporary because those benefits expired after 2 years, unlike the benefits for the donor class. So what is the conflict? If you believe in democracy, vote for people who do, even if you don't agree with all their policies. I don't. But they'll shore up democracy and then let the parties reorganize themselves to the new reality. They can. Even Republicans. Watch them switch their position towards the center if they have to. Which they really need to. Adapt or die. Give them circumstances in which they have to purge their party and come back being more reasonable. Or go for autocracy. It'll be your last meaningful vote.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.